All right, welcome back to Mad English TV, the best place to be. Or, I don't know, is it the best place to be? Smash like if you think it's the best place to be, because today I'm going to teach you guys the word conflate. Conflate, have you ever heard this word before? I don't know. If you don't know how to use this word, well, you better subscribe to find out just how to use it. Okay, so the word conflate means to combine or to like mix. Okay, so when we're conflating something or when we're combining or mixing something, right, we're taking two things or maybe more than two things, maybe three or four things, and we're putting them together. Okay, so we're conflating them, we're combining them, we're mixing them. Okay, now we use this word especially for ideas. Ideas. Okay, we don't use this word for things like cooking. Okay, like let's say you're cooking a recipe and it says to combine milk and eggs. Okay, then you can't use this word. You wouldn't say, conflate the milk and the eggs. No, we wouldn't use it that way. Okay, so we use this word to talk about ideas. Now, usually we use it to talk about ideas that should not be mixed. Okay, so some things in life should not be mixed. All right. Like if you're cooking something, you should not mix, I don't know, what's an example? Like maybe milk and lemon juice? I don't know, cooking milk and lemon juice, then the milk will curdle. Okay, if you put lemon juice in the milk will curdle. The milk will separate. Okay, it'll separate into curds and whey. The curds are like the thick part of the milk, and the whey is like the watery part of the milk. Okay, so if you if we use this word conflate in that way, which isn't a good idea, but let's just say, okay, if you would conflate milk and lemon juice, then then it would separate. Okay, so you should not conflate milk and lemon juice. But like I said, we don't really use this word in that way. We use this word to talk about ideas that should not be mixed. Okay, so you might hear this: don't conflate those issues. Don't conflate those issues. Okay, so what's an issue? An issue is like an idea. Okay, don't conflate those ideas. Okay, let's take a look at an example. Okay, here is the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. Okay, now I think this picture is of him at a Black Lives Matter protest. Okay, now someone could look at this picture and say, I don't know, I don't think he cares about black people. I think he's just trying to look good to get reelected. Okay, if someone says that about him, then you could say, hey, don't conflate those issues. Don't conflate those issues. Okay, we have two separate issues here. Okay, one is, yes, Justin Trudeau wants to get reelected. Okay, I think he does. I mean, I don't know. It would be normal for a prime minister to want to get reelected. I don't know, maybe he's had it, maybe he doesn't even want to get reelected, but I think he does. Okay, I think he wants to get reelected. So that's one issue. Okay, so that's an issue, and human rights is a separate issue. Okay, so you could say, look, don't conflate those issues. His reelection and human rights. Don't conflate those issues. That's not right. I mean, we don't know what's going on in his mind. We don't know what's going on in his heart, right? I mean, it would be possible, right? I mean, it's very possible for a person to do something just to try to look good. Actually, what's the word for that? I made a video about that a few years ago. What's that called? That's not political correctness. Where you're trying to what's it called? What's the word? The term is escaping me. Where you just do something for show. I can't think of what I'll post it down there in the comments. Man, I'm racking my brain trying to think about. It's on the tip of my tongue. You know how frustrating it is when something is on the tip of your tongue. It's it's frustrating. Anyway, if I think about it, I'll tell you, okay? So, we need to give Justin Trudeau the benefit of the doubt. Okay? If he says he cares about black people, it's the nice thing to do is to give him the benefit of. I'm so bothered that I can't think of that. What is it called? I just want to stop the lesson and find out what that term is. I'm not gonna be able to finish making this lesson unless I know. Virtue signaling. That's it. Virtue signaling. Okay. So, that would be a great example. Let's say Justin Trudeau went to, a Black Lives Matter protest just to try to get people to like him and doesn't really care too much about human rights or that kind of thing. Then that would be a good example of virtue signaling, right? But we can't jump to that conclusion. Right? That's not a nice thing to do. It's nice if people give each other the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt means even if you think that, he might be doing it for that reason, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, which means we're going to sort of assume the best. We're going to assume that he cares about Black people. Okay, so this is a nice thing to do. It's nice in the world if people give each other the benefit of the doubt. The opposite is assuming the worst. Right? If you always assume the worst of people, that's not good. Okay, so try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I hope you give me the benefit of the doubt. If you're ever wondering or something, don't pigeonhole me. Okay, remember in the last lesson I taught you guys the word pigeonholing. Now this too, the word conflate, it doesn't need to be a political word. But very often, if you're talking about politics, you'll see this conflate. Don't conflate those issues, And with the word pigeonholing, yeah, if you're talking about pigeonholing, that would be a good word to add there too. Conflate. I could say, don't pigeonhole me. Don't conflate this with this. Anyway, I'll give you more examples of conflate in a bit. But let's talk about the World Cup. World Cup 2022. Man, that's in, what year is it? It's 2020 now. 2 years. Are you excited for that? Now, do you know where this World Cup is going to be held? It's going to be held in the country of Qatar. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I say Qatar, but I know some people say Qatar, or British. I think British people say Qatar. Welcome aboard Qatar Airways, bound for Doha. I'm not very good at a British accent, but they would say, yeah, they put the stress on the first syllable, Qatar. I put the stress on the second syllable, Qatar, but some people just say Qatar, just sort of like one syllable, Qatar. I don't know. If you're from Qatar, let me know down there how to pronounce it. But you may have heard that this event, this tournament, has sort of been surrounded by controversy. Controversy. Now, actually, British people would also pronounce this word controversy. Controversy. So when I say it, like here in Canada and the US, when we pronounce this word, we put the stress on the first syllable, controversy. But British people would say controversy. So this World Cup has sort of been, there have been a lot of human rights accusations against the country of Qatar, especially with the stadiums, right? They're building these really high-tech stadiums, really nice-looking stadiums. But, the local Qatari people, are they called Qatari people, they're not the ones who are building the stadiums, right? They're shipping in people, workers from Nepal, Pakistan, probably other countries to build these stadiums. And the sort of the controversy, or what the country has been accused of, is having very poor working conditions and very poor living conditions for the migrant workers. Okay, so that's not good. So a lot of people are saying boycott the 2022 World Cup. Boycott the World Cup. Okay, that means don't go to it. Don't go as a way to punish Qatar. Okay, that's what boycott means. Boycott means to not participate in something as a way of sort of showing your disapproval, okay, as a way of sort of punishing the country for those human rights abuses. Okay, now here we have Messi. Okay, now let's say Messi goes to Qatar and plays in the World Cup, okay, for Argentina, right? He plays for Argentina. Let's say he goes to Qatar and plays, there in the World Cup. Someone might say Messi hates human rights because he decided to play in Qatar. Messi hates human rights because he decided to play in Qatar. Well, you could say, don't conflate the issues. Hey, leave Messi out of it. Don't conflate those issues. This is one issue, human rights, and this is another issue, playing soccer. Right? Messi's a soccer player. It's not his fault that the World Cup was, whoever decided. It was it Sepp Blatter, right? It was Sepp Blatter. Okay, so if you want to get mad at someone, you can blame Sepp Blatter, the former president of is it called the president or the CEO? Yeah, I think it's called the president. Yeah, the former president of FIFA. His name was Sepp Blatter, and there was a lot of controversy around that, a lot of corruption allegations. Okay, but so if you want to blame anyone, blame Sepp Blatter, but leave Messi out of it. He just wants to play soccer. It's not his business. I don't know. You might think so, but I think most people would say, hey, look, don't conflate those issues. Don't conflate the issues. They're separate things. Okay, or here's another example of the word conflate. You might hear someone say, don't conflate my stance on immigration with xenophobia. Don't conflate my stance on immigration with xenophobia. You know what xenophobia is? Xenophobia is sort of a dislike of people from other countries or other races, skin colors or I don't know, ethnicities. So that's sort of that kind of stuff. It's very similar to the word racism. Probably if you asked most native English speakers, what's the difference between racism and xenophobia? I don't know. Probably most people probably wouldn't be able to tell you. It sort of has that idea. You're sort of a dislike of other people. And then stance on immigration, that means your position on immigration, right? Take a country like Japan, for example. Japan has very low immigration. It's almost impossible to become a Japanese citizen. Japanese people want to protect their cultural values and stuff like that. So, someone could say to a Japanese person, hey, you're xenophobic, you're racist. Why aren't you letting people into your country? And a Japanese person could say, look, don't conflate my stance on immigration with xenophobia. I've met a lot of Japanese people in my life, really nice people, really warm people. So for me, I would never accuse Japanese people of xenophobia. But, if someone did accuse them, a Japanese person could say, look, don't conflate my stance on immigration with xenophobia. Those are two sort of two different issues. Okay, so you could say it like this. So you could say you're conflating the two issues. You're conflating the two issues or those two issues. You're conflating those. You're conflating these. You're conflating the. Okay, so you can choose whichever word you want to put there. You're conflating the two issues. You're conflating this with this. Okay, you're conflating this idea with this idea. Okay, so you could say it like this, or you could say it like that. Now here's a picture of me in China. Okay, here I was in Tiananmen Square, just doing some sightseeing in Tiananmen Square, Beijing, China. There's a picture of Chairman Mao behind me, and now someone could pigeonhole me. Remember the last lesson was about, if you haven't seen that lesson about pigeonholing, I'll put it right up here so you can watch it after this lesson. But someone could pigeonhole me and say, oh, Mark loves communism. Mark loves Chairman Mao. Okay, actually, you don't know what I think. You don't know my political views. So don't pigeonhole me. Don't conflate these issues. I could say, look, you're conflating tourism with politics. You're conflating this picture, just of me as a tourist, me doing sightseeing. You're conflating that with like politics or all kinds of stuff. Look, don't conflate those. Those are two separate issues. Oh, I guess that's the end of the lesson. What do you know about that? Okay, so let's do some homework. Okay, I want you to make a sentence with the word conflate. Just try to make a sentence with the word conflate. Now, like I said, this word is sort of similar to pigeonholing, okay? So you could also try to use the word pigeonholing down in your comments as well. So leave your comment, leave your homework down there in the comment section, and just try your best. Maybe someone has pigeonholed you, and they conflated one thing with another thing. Like in my example, tourism. People have conflated tourism with, with politics or my political views. They've jumped to conclusions. They've assumed the worst about me when really they should have given me the benefit of the doubt. Right? So, hope you guys learned some English for politics today. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Thank you guys so much for always watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And have a great day, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.